Irgendwie auch früh um 12 oder sowas mal schauen. Und dann gucken wir mal. Oh, Pot.
Suddenly appeared. Nocturne as well from Vitality. Bard gone means what? Another enchanter?
Bard gone means
Karma first.
yeah, Ash Seraphine, no? Means that KOI is thinking about Ash Seraphine. Do they care?
That's a big question. Ash Seraphine, Rise already banned away. What else is big news? Karma, we talked about early, is first pickable.
Yes, true. Also true. Yeah, Ash Seraphine, Karma, all that
Yep.
jazz. Ultimately, it comes down to the first pick. It's going to be Vi locked in. So, all right, pretty interesting. Does mean a little bit more backline threat. Ari now raises in priority, potentially paired up alongside for Jojo. Aurora also very valuable.
First Pick Vi.
With Xin and Panth both gone.
Wirklich?
Like Neferi is something Lensis has brought out into Vi a couple times. Wukong is also a possibility. But they might just try and go for their bot lane
Karma.
now.
Hallo. Oh, Ash Seraphine. Okay.
Seraphine or Seraphine Wukong, but then you lose Ash. So,
I don't know if you care about losing Ash.
Wukong, Karma, Ezreal vielleicht?
what you think? Because Seraphine could be paired.
Well, they could just do Karma Ezreal too.
Yeah, they can.
They can kind of do whatever they want. Like they have to think about what do we want into Vi, and I would argue that like the Vi is a deterrent to Ash Seraphine.
Yep. But Ezreal is not. I mean, Kazi's Ezreal is also insane.
Yeah, I feel like Karma Ezreal just makes the most sense based on the fact that they've already first picked Vi.
Oi.
So
Karma.
Yep.
now they might pick.
Gehen für Ezreal.
Way, but oh no, yeah, okay, yeah. But the thing is, I think that this is.
Gehen für Ezreal auf 3 und die sind fein damit.
Based on what Han said,
Ja.
he was like, normally this matchup is favored for Karma Ezreal. So my expectation is Vitality is pretty happy with how this plays out. I think they're chilling.
Lucis gets comfort, Kazi gets comfort, and Karma has lane presence. So, all right, while they're chilling, I'm more interested about the top matchup because last game, Nakanako stomped on the Renekton versus Cassante, and it was being talked about, I believe Jack or Rob was saying it on desk. I'm sorry for misquoting, but they were talking about the fact that we just don't see this in Europe. We don't see that matchup go that way because people don't punish the Cassante. So I'm curious to see what Nakanako can punish against me in this game as Rumble gone might show you that we are getting some kind of tank or maybe Gnar as a possibility. Jace disappears, which is fair. Nakanako, he's played Jax, Rumble, Gnar, Cassante and Renekton is split, and a couple of those are now off the board.
I mean, wie sie es gelöst haben, auf 4, auf 1 bis 3 ist fein.
What do I like here?
Bitte, das ist nicht bad.
I feel like my instinct is Zehen.
Die sollten für Ari preppen. Nicht Annie.
Think about Shen.
Ah, Mel ist offen. Okay, nochmal.
That's a nice
On
Shen.
MKOI side.
That'd be
Oh, easy Ari 4.
What do you think that's?
Dann läufst du in Annie rein. Bist du damit happy, wenn du jetzt hier Ari gehst, kommt Annie.
They
Schwierig.
double AP though, which does, I mean.
Wie wird muss sein, dazu casten im Lane?
They're afraid of double
Vielleicht
AP.
okay, oder?
Is it- Oh, it's the Gnar, that's why. Okay.
Auf 4, okay.
Yeah, okay. So as you kind of expected. Yeah,
Okay.
they might consider
Interesting.
Ambessa, but I guess they don't really want more backline threat. They want a little bit more frontline. It seems that KOI right now is thinking about the Ambessa.
Gehen die Ari?
The thing, if Vitality pick Ambessa, you're taking it away from the Vi combo. But instead, they're going to go in a different direction. Give Humanoid the counter pick, which I think is valuable considering how much we've praised Jojo for his individual laning.
Bessa gets locked in with the Vi. The Zoe was thought about. Zoe with Vi, I mean, there's a lot of pick tools if that gets locked in. And you do facilitate more AP damage. Pairings are good. But remember, Humanoid has counter pick here.
Yeah.
So something like the Syndra could just get slammed in as a side note. Something safer for Jojo. Victor is...
War ja meistens Pickung, ja. Am besser, Victor.
Vitality now thinking about an Akali angle.
Oh yeah, that's a good point actually.
Could also be Silas. There's a good couple of
Kein
options to
Silas.
steal.
Oder?
It depends how much Humanoid.
Nee, mag Silas nicht.
Or if he just wants to play a mid.
Ist die zweite Series. Mag Silas nicht.
We need
Also nicht.
a short range fighter type LeBlanc as a. Nah, I hate LeBlanc here. I think it's bad.
Ich glaube, Ari ist, wäre schon. Ist es Silas?
Oh, okay, there you go.
Is it in? Yep.
Okay.
So the risk of Silas is that you just.
Das ist rein nach Verbesserung, ist klar. Ist deutlich besser.
You just hate your life. But once you're out of lane, then you got some great ults that you can steal.
Well, sie haben Botlane-Push. Und sie haben keinen Midlane-Push. Mal schauen, aber sie haben das stärkere Jungle-Matchup im Moment.
You have a nice skirmishing mid-jungle duo, which I would argue spikes harder than the does at level 6, just because of your ability to steal the ult and the healing that he gets from his W. However, in the range matchup, he's more likely to max his Q. I think on paper, like, I like KOI's draft. I don't like that they kind of have a front. They have a front-to-back bot side that wants a safe front line where they can just hit whoever's in front of them, whereas they've got dive in their top and jungle. So I feel like that the composition wants to do two different things. Whereas I think Vitality have a very Vitality draft, which is each champ has a lot of individual agency, and it allows for a lot of skill expression and for each player to just do whatever it is that they want to do. Their dive, I wouldn't say, is the strongest. It's a relatively short-ranged comp, with Kazi being the exception. Kazi,
but they can, and it's versatile, no?
Jim. Auch wenn es so gut gewesen. Ja.
I think it just excels in.
Weiß nicht. Ich mag MKOI Draft mehr, glaube ich.
So, we'll see as we jump into game 2 of this best of 3. Vitality find themselves at match point.
Mag den MKOI Draft mehr.
A huge win for Vitality if they take out KOI here. Given that expectations are higher for them this split.
Mal sehen.
They want to be contesting the top of the table. They fell just short in the last split, and their schedule is intense. They have a lot of their games within the first 4 weeks of the split, and we're already in week 2. So every win is
my God,
really
Humanoid's here level 1. Did he take a
Smart.
duck? He did indeed. Onto Super.
Sehr smart.
Burst a couple of times.
Level 1 ist bei OP. Ich sag's euch jedes Mal, Level 1 ist OP. Gleiches Forcen, Summoners rauschunken bei solchen Lanes, so OP.
But a minion or two may be missed.
I mean, that's just insane that he's done that. So the laning, he's not going to lose anything, I don't think. He won't lose a single minion.
He's got E, and no, he's going to get the experience. He does miss. He does miss the
he missed one farm.
But he got the experience.
Yeah, he got the experience. That's all that matters. So again, laning phase sucks. You really do not like playing into Victor early on. You're mega outranged. His E, starting E, doesn't help him. Victor starts Q, and so you get a shield, which really helps. And but the payoff is bot lane. We got to go back. We got to check it out.
Yeah.
Because the consequences of this is now, if you look at the pink bar underneath Kazi's name, you can see that that's about halfway filled. For Super, he's only just now gotten his first minion. So level 2 is about to come through on this next minion right here. And now it's really depressing. It is so sad for the MKOI lane.
Stark.
They're going to be denied so much experience.
Also, da Power von Level 1, ich sag's immer wieder. Es muss mehr Level 1 passieren. Haben wir perfekt vom BLG gesehen. Schöner Flag, Gank. Schöner Gank. Schöner Gank. Regan gets us a kill.
Now this puts a lot of pressure onto Jojo. He can't be as aggressive as he wants. Great adaptation there from Linsis. Just going for that early gank and forcing the flash out from Jojo puts him in a way more vulnerable spot and alleviates the pressure from Humanoid. Good adaptation. It will slow his jungle clear. It might be a little bit harder to contest the bot Crab, but maybe he doesn't care because his bot lane still has prio because of the play that Humanoid made.
True.
It's all just piecing together beautifully for Vitality here in the early game.
It's crazy, isn't it? And TP now will come from Humanoid as he gets the base away.
So look, Linsis again. So he skipped his Krugs. He's decided, I need to get the Crab. He has no mid laner, which is a problem. Elyoya will be level 4. But the most important thing is bottom lane. Look at Fleshy's positioning. He's putting himself in the control ward. Kazi's already rotated up. They're helping with the damage. They don't want to commit the smite. They're not going to need to. He gets
Ist nur Teil.
His bot lane stays safe. They're looking for a play.
And MKOI's bottom lane are moving up.
Ist gut.
Shift is easy here. Kazi trying to bait.
Alles sehr, sehr gut, was sie machen. Ich darf Mitte nicht sterben, of course. Aber sollte fein sein.
MKOI just kind of knew their spacing there, knew they couldn't get punished by a Wukong pre-level 6. And Elyoya has to pick up the pieces. We'll go towards topside and get that scuttle. Maybe try and find Nuck in the process.
So this is genuinely one of my favorite things about Pro, when things just piece together beautifully like this. When you can see the cascading effects of a single decision, and so much of this early benefit all comes from Humanoid's crazy level 1 play, where he takes E, he goes bot, and the resulting prio that he gets in bot lane, and the ability for Linsis to then make that gank in mid. puts Vitality in a good spot. Now, ultimately, does this result in any significant major lead anywhere? No, it doesn't. It really doesn't. Like, it's really not that big of a deal in the grand
Yeah, it's no pressure.
things. It's just small things that are going the way of Vitality that put them in better positions as we get closer and closer to the mid game. First backs have come through from almost everyone now. And yeah, right now, the biggest thing for mid is, yeah, you can see that Humanoid is still behind in farm, but the laning phase is a lot more comfortable because Jojo doesn't have his flash anymore.
And the wave as well is pushing against Humanoid, so let's track where Linsus is. Level 4 Wukong needs to get to 6 stat and try and punish that flash with the remaining couple of minutes it has left. Humanoid looking at this wave as Hawkshot, thank you observers, just spots out that Linsus is nearby. Excuse me, level 5 now picked up. He'll look for the Raptor respawn, and I am noticing top lane, Mirwin's pushing out that wave, but Nucker has a CS lead again. Look at where it is. The strike hound step gets him in the vicinity.
Ja, Tabis fertig ist gut.
I mean, Nucko is again just slowly building up this advantage.
Yeah, it's nothing too crazy for the time being. As you said.
Geiler Gank.
Okay, Jojo.
Oh.
Level 6 available. Cowstorm comes
Trifft der ist er tot.
deep here. El Yoya wants to get a Vault Breaker in, but Humanoid already out of range. Cowstorm avoided. I believe a cannon was lost by Humanoid thanks to the zoning. Meanwhile, we're getting Nucko on the Mega Gnar. Mirwin, wall avoided.
Gibt ihm auch keinen Tradeback, ne? Das ist so gut. Das ist sehr, sehr gut. Gibt ihm keine Tradeback-Möglichkeit. Lecker. Nimmt er die Vi-Ult in die Fighten?
Linsus forced to cover mid-wave as well. They want that mid-wave push. They do not want Humanoid freezing it. I don't think he really has the HP to do much off the back of this anyway.
Backwards boomerang toss, by the way, because Nuck is just going to miss it, let it go into Mirwin, get a bit of extra chunk as well. But yeah, it's still, I'm gawking at top a little bit once again, as you kind of do.
I mean, the gap isn't massive.
No, it's not, but it will be VIT. You know?
Yeah, I mean, you're about to see it build right now. So what he's going to do is he's going to fast push top while Mirwin wants to go back to base. And he'll then either cheat or recall himself, or, I mean, look, the TP's going to, yeah, exactly. He's got no TP, he has to run back to lane. Oh no, he's actually going to do a fast push. My apologies.
This is called clone.
My apologies with regards to the top lane comments. Seems that
Schlafrhythmus geknallt, meiner nicht. Mir geht's sehr gut.
It will slowly start to push towards Mirwin as he arrives back into lane. Small level advantage for Nucko as Humanoid. He's about a wave down. Very surprising. Going for the early magic resistance to help him out. I think Merc Trades does make a lot of sense this game. Not only does the magic resistance offer value against Jojo, but also Seraphine ult, Ashe ult.
Everything, really.
Yeah, just the CC on the side of KOI is quite obnoxious.
But
KOI, though, they're happy to just sit back and scale for now.
Yeah. I was also going to say that a bit of attention towards mid Fleshy. That also feels like yeah, everyone in their kit as well from MKOI has some kind of lockdown. We were talking about agency from Vitality, where they have that solid playmaking potential. At least for MKOI, everyone has playmaking potential in the sense that they can set up some of these fights. We are curious though, because we've now hit the level 6 point. Jungler's there as well. Dragon untouched, Grub's up in 40 seconds. And now that everyone's level 6, we talk about that agency. The ability to find, pick, and really change the state of this game comes earlier than you'd expect. With Humanoid stealing away, hijacking the Chaos Storm. Jojo, he's got his own. He's going to hold it on to it for now. Maybe use it in pursuit of a dragon.
Oh, that's really interesting. I just had a quick look at Jojo in-game, and he's taken 0 points in his W.
Really?
Yeah, with the sole purpose of maxing out his damage as early as possible so that he can be stronger in the trades early on. Against Silas, in my mind, you would want to take that W early so that whenever the Silas tries to get on top of you...
Is he holding onto a point, or is he allocated it all? He's level 7, right? And he's allocated it all.
Yeah, he's allocated it all. He's already put his second point in queue yet.
If they fight the dragon, though, surely he needs it, no?
Don't know. But I think he's also already got
his
first...
So gestompt. 20 CS down, wieder.
Yeah, he's at 11 stacks already, so he has to have gotten his first upgrade.
Absurd.
He's chosen to max Q, which is also something we saw Caps doing as well.
Sure.
So getting the early upgrade... He's done it again, level 8. He's put a third point in his Q.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so now with his upgraded Q, he's going to trade way more efficiently in lane. Like... Pretty interesting. There you go.
I wonder if the comms are like, yo, this guy doesn't have gravity field. Maybe we should.
Well.
Really
I feel like
hast du auch überlegt mit dem W?
Yeah, I don't know if it matters. I feel like
Ich weiß nicht, also ich weiß nicht, ob dieser extra Point Q dir irgendwas bringt. Tatsächlich, also da bin ich überfragt. Not sure.
Linsus setting up onto Alvaro. He wants the monkey.
Full Send oder was? Ne.
Cyclone, but advised against by the rest of Vitality. They poke out. Dragon still thought about as Jojo is going to TP back in. Humanoid was looking for the push. He started moving down. It's neutralized. Arrow avoided.
Guter Flash. Oder guter Sidestep, sorry.
Here we go.
Er ist tot.
Onto Jojo, and remember, no W means no start.
Noch ein Flash da.
Flashes. Humanoid janks the flash.
Schön.
First blood goes over to Vitality.
Yeah, they'll give up the dragon, but they'll be happy with that first kill. They would have loved to have given it over to Humanoid, but at the end of the day, he still gets the gold advantage over his mid lane opponent, and Lynx is getting much closer to that early Trinity Force. He knows that the dragon can't be contested after that play. He'll go for the cross map, get his team the grubs, Vitality get themselves on the board.
Lynx is holding the side of the map, means more isolation for the top lane as well. And
Drake's trotzdem wichtig für MKOI. Drake's wichtig, wichtig, wichtig. Mal sehen. Warum flasht er hier? Oh well.
He got both procs of that Q off, which is really valuable. Then the knockup from Linces positions himself in between the tower and Jojo, which means that once Jojo actually flashes away, there's nowhere for him to go, so he ends up falling. Nice early kill for Vitality.
Fleshy now making his roam up. After all said and done, after the dragon disappears, supports start roaming. AD carries stay bot. And Nako's getting a bit of attention.
Okay, die VW ist natürlich auch ein Wukong. Die sollten nicht contesten. Ich glaube, das ist okay dazu geben. Das ist so ein Risiko, das musst du nicht eingehen. Weißt du, wenn es rausgesteuert wird und so, nicht worth it.
Wait a minute, why is there a 20 CS gap between the top laners? Yep. That's just kind of the Nako special at this point.
I think the recipe is make sure that top is a safe haven. Like Nako track enemy jungle, and we're going to try and isolate you as long as possible.
You called it. Have a look at this. T-boards here, T-boards here, they've got vision here.
Yeah.
Like, it does often feel that the pathing is towards bots, but the vision is invested top.
Yeah.
So they give Nako the freedom to do what it is that he does best.
True.
Ja, und Grub ist hier natürlich wieder ein Fall von Top-Lane kann tatsächlich fallen hier.
No real top lane is standing up against him. We're talking about Mirwin here.
Jetzt ein Rocket Belt Victor, yep.
Split over split. As our camera goes back towards top. The Hyper's doing good damage here. He doesn't even have the Trinity Force yet, but Mirwin forced to back away. He's got TP, however. I feel like Mirwin teleport is being used defensively every single time, and Dragon's going to get more and more difficult. Maybe contest. We're talking about impact of the Ambassador trying to sync up with the Vise. We talk compositionally. That's going to be the priority. But Mirwin, if he has to leave that lane, he's going to lose a lot of money.
Yeah, he absolutely is. I think right now both teams are just quite happy to sit back and farm. With no objective on the map, like there's no reason to overforce. There are bot camps for Linces to clear. He'll prioritize that. The top crab is probably the next major point of contention. It's yeah, that's kind of it. Like early towers could be a possibility, but again, Koi is happy to scale. They know that Victor wants time. They might even look for a gank mid.
Humanoid did have gotten abducted in. He's going to be flash season assisted, and his flash not available. I thought that's what he was going to do. The setup. Humanoid in 1v2 comes in with a Kingslayer. He gets close. Pain lash avoided. Jojo was one shot. Now Lynx is going to take that shot. Make it a 1-for-1. Second Cyclone incoming. Vault Breaker back on in. Lynx thinks about it.
Was?
Because he had to.
Soll das Double-Matchup so aussehen? Ich vermute mal nicht. Aber nachher habe ich es bekommen. Ich weiß es tatsächlich nicht. Also es kann schon sein, dass es so aussehen soll. Not sure. Kein Smite.
Like, what's the consequences of this? This is beautiful because Linces and Nako are working very nicely together right now without actually interacting. They're basically saying, Linces, I can fight this Vi. Like, she has an item, but I have Trinity Force. We're happy to skirmish. I'll come back to that point in a second as we look back at this. Humanoid buys a lot of time. Linces, look
Jojo komplett
He's where the Dragon Pit is, but thanks to the W from Humanoid...
Ich glaube, er hätte rauskommen können, oder nicht? Also er committet da rein, aber ich glaube, er hätte rauskommen können wahrscheinlich.
Nice body blocking. Meanwhile, Linces then gets a return kill, and now they know, well, no ults have been traded, no one has anything, so I'm going to contest. I'm going to go into your jungle, I'm going to force your top laner to come to me, to come and fight me, to challenge me, and if he does, then I'll leave. And either I'm getting an advantage, or my top lane is getting an advantage. Right. And in this situation, it was Nako. He got himself another plate in top. I believe that top tower is now down to 2 plates as well. So, yeah, Nako is doing some serious work up there.
Jojo on the move, moves to bottom, and until Drake. Gold lead for Vitality is 1.5k. Continues to be a pretty good story here in the early game, and Linces might not have Cyclone, but it's not that long of a cooldown. Will be up before this neutral objective or around the same time. First item's also on the board, and the only person we're waiting for is Nako. And Jojo as well needs to catch up a little bit here. Pull up that Blackfire torch before the fight. But will MKOI fight it is the biggest question, because they've got everything up and available, VIT. But so far, outside of the lanes, Vitality obviously hold the lead.
Ja, Gold ist relativ even.
I'm scared for
Also Toplane wird wahrscheinlich kein Teil von dem Teamfight hier sein, oder?
Nako.
Wir haben Double TPs ab. Actually, nee, wir haben TP Advantage bei Vitality ab. Warte mal.
1,100 gold.
Oh, that dude he's backing with the Trinity Force.
Und dann Nako hat gleich seinen Triforce.
Yeah. So not too bad. Maybe MKOI gonna respect this. Back here from Mirwin for the
Plus Silas Ulti auf, also Seraphin Ulti mit Silas. Nicht bad. Schön gecancelt von Lukas, sehr schön von Lukas gespielt. Richtig geiles Ding. No joke. Richtig geiles Ding von Lukas. Hey, warum Ulti Humanoid zu spät? Okay. Sehr spät der Arrow, oder nicht? Hab gedacht, wenn die noch ein bisschen besser, also wenn die da besser change the scene, ist over. Geiler Play. Ja, er ist tot. Wow, MKOI ist actually fucking GG'd. Oh.
Jojo's alive and skillfully done.
My goodness, Jojo.
Ich auch racen. Wie ist die Pro-Play die Woche? Well, die Games heute waren etwas. Die Games waren etwas. Also Vitality ist wirklich gut, finde ich. Oder sehr solid zumindest mal. Denn MKOI ist nicht... MKOI schwierig. MKOI schwierig.
They try and use the opportunity that they have to attack Koi in the setup, and they make it work. Dragon secured for them. The goal lead continues to get bigger. Where has this Vitality team been?
They're here.
Because this team is unbelievable with how dominant they appear in the early game.
I mean, Betty, I feel like we've seen this a couple of times, and then we just get the variants. We get strange drafts, we get strange games.
Very strange drafts.
Oh, Vitality can be the best and the worst. I mean, it's just... But again, when we see this team, we're like, wait, are these guys the best in the LEC? Or like, are they up with G, you know? And we
Keine Kraft bei Vitality. Toplane obviously gewinnt immer Lane. Ich glaube, Jungle ist sehr stable, wie er das Game spielt. Bringt sehr viel Stabilität rein, Jungle.
Vitality now the tools to start breaking down mid, opening up the map. And they have been in control for a large portion of this game. Despite it only being a small gold lead, it does feel like the plays are still revolving around them.
Okay, well, where is this Herald gonna go? I feel like mid lane kind of makes the most sense.
Yep.
Oh, this looks to be the first tower of the game going to Koi. That'd be a huge boon for them. Get a nice gold injection onto their two solo laners. Jojo, he is sitting at 0-2 in terms of score, but this Victor isn't really behind.
All is coming in, Flash Cyclone again, Arrow caught out, Encore misses! It goes the wrong way.
Ist durch, glaube ich. Die sind schon ein bisschen besser.
And the speed begins again. Lince is using the Cyclone and the Herald. Comes up for a flame. Vitality a group.
Is there a play here though?
There's a small charge. Elyoya thinks so. Vault Breaker in. Mirwin with the public execution gonna hold.
Keine Wukong-Ulti mehr.
Run away instead. But Mirwin being up here, Betty, I'm worried because bot is open.
Bot-Turret ist weg und mit wird auch noch gechunkt. Gold, die waren gerade noch 1500 by the way. Jetzt spiken wir auf glatt 3k gleich.
One plate at the very least. Nako has 3 grubs. So Mirwin's gonna try.
Bin auch schon wieder Level 14.
But that bot turret is a slither away from dying.
Well, so, yeah, I do feel that Koi is trying their best to play to the beat of Vitality's drum, and they cannot keep up, bro. They just cannot keep up.
Yeah.
Like, this beat is getting faster and faster, and Vitality, they're just having a whale of a time. Here comes Humanoid, zooming in, 2 control wards.
Mirwin against the wall, he wanted to back there, he's going to public.
Schöner W. Sehr geiler W von Nako.
Chain lash slow as well, and even going to mini up public execution still. Miss says there, but Elyoya Vault breaks in, and he didn't hit a target. That turret about to die as well. True shot barrage, the snipe.
Ui.
Mirwin gets hit.
Gibt den Champ, der momentan nicht mehr baut, ab und an Ari. Ab und an Ari.
That you said it, Betty. MKOI can't keep up.
Oh my goodness, that was crazy. The damage was so close.
And it's happening again. Vitality going to make the TP play onto Jojo Pure and VIT. Tell me, does he have the W available? I haven't seen this game just yet. As he gets the shield, finally there's the gravity well down, and the stun is going to help out Jojo Pure as Chaos Storm onto Lince's Cyclone on his dying breath. Maybe
Oh my god.
Jojo with one. A
Oh my days.
Let's use the Kingslayer to get a response. Cease and desist, the fighting continues onto Kazi. Another shutdown. Vitality. You love him and you hate him. The Enchanted Crystal Arrow.
Schöner Sidestep. Geil.
He steps up, the arrow goes through, but MKOI got 2 big shutdowns, and the game again comes into question.
The brawl just doesn't stop, and here's another fight.
Over the wall, Alvarez is going to get auto down half HP already from Nuck the hop there, the encore, buffered by his stun. He tries to protect.
Oh, Jesus Maria. Oh, Jesus Maria.
Gets the kill for MKOI. Another opportunity as it's gone over the wall with a volley to slow.
Oh, Jesus Maria.
On the way with no ulti. It won't matter.
Oh, vaya.
Trying to get out through this river.
Giga throw. Oh, vaya.
And MKOI got 4 kills from that very.
Oh, Jesus Maria.
Vitality in a nutshell. Their eagerness to force fights ends up backfiring as Jojo starts it with an outplay of his own. Getting the trade in top lane, 4 Linces, gives him a nice gold injection, but the fight just keeps on going. KOI find pick after pick. They quickly turn the momentum in their favor, and now the skirmish is going their way. This play from Vitality, it took too long. Jojo buys a lot of time, the gravity field mitigating a lot of the damage, the Humanoid wants to dish out. Jojo gets that first kill, Humanoid trades it back. Kazi is now top lane. Why he's on the Krugs, I don't know, but KOI is there, ready and waiting. Mirwin and Elyoya join the fray. It turns into this crazy skirmish, and here Nuck, he overcooks. He overcooks. The flash is already used. He's expecting to come out, but it's already gone.
Yeah.
And then he ends up falling short. Nucko loses his life.
Men jag är inte det finns någon flash.
You burnt it! It was you!
He's so caught up in the adrenaline, he didn't remember. And now we have an even game. Yeah, 500 gold for Vitality, sure, but second Dragon for MKOI, or second of their game, and a Mountain Soul, giving souls to tank up this gold position. I mean, for MKOI, Betty, you gotta say, this feels very winnable now.
Ja, Game ist sehr fein für MKOI.
KOI is very much back in the game.
Und ich habe dir gesagt, ich fand den Draft besser. Double Burn Items hätte ich bei Jojo.
2 have been finished for Jojo. He's in a fantastic spot.
Oh yeah.
Relative to Humanoid, the gold only looks like 400 difference, but this Victor is really going to start hurting, and we'll see it right now.
Jojo Chaos Storm is down. Humanoid has one of his own. Storm for Storm, but the chase up looks better for Jojo here as another Ray will just poke out, but half HP Humanoid gets away. You're right, Jojo has a lot more to say in this game now from what was the early game that got absolutely bullied. So now we just have to ask ourselves, what are we waiting for, Betty? Baron, next Dragon. How does this fight progress for MKOI?
Yeah, I mean, the game will just slow down a lot because there's not really added towers to play for anymore. KOI want to secure mid, but it's not easy because Kazi and Flashy are just going to sit there all game. They need to, it just won't be converted until later into the game. So it's just a lot of farming and fishing for picks. Ash Arrow is the thing that Vitality have to be the most afraid of. When clearing out vision, the ability of Super to just connect that arrow onto anyone and find a quick kill, resulting in a potential Baron, is something that you've always got to be cautious of.
Yep.
Meanwhile, in the side lane, both Mirwin and Nucko are just going to keep trading. You can see 2 items are finished for Mirwin, so he's definitely not weak anymore. And he's more than happy to fight against the Nart. Kazi, though, is going to be the real problem for KOI. But Q lands. Yeah, that poke is very annoying.
I mean, there is sustain from Alvaro, so it feels like they're able to deal with it a little bit better. But regardless, why don't I trust you when you say the game's going to slow down? Even though there's nothing to fight over. I mean, Vitality will say, well, we're going to fight over the Baron.
I think Baron is way too risky this early on into the game. Like, Humanoid doesn't even have his second item
who are
finished.
you talking to?
That's true.
You know?
Yeah, but I don't think they're idiots. Like, I think they're violent. I don't think they're dumb.
They're not dumb. But do they care? The biggest question is, can they find something onto Mirwin as MKOI, their top laner, has been bullied a lot this game, but he's still within reach. Shout out to Mirwin, who, you know, was down 20-30 CS. He's still there, but he has been able to keep an arm's length.
Yeah, getting a kill does help.
That also helps.
optimize on things like dragging, Baron timers. Also looking at the minimap, you can see how KOI right now is moving their vision towards the bottom side of the map. The main motivation behind this is to help protect Jojo and allow him to push slightly past the river. And if you look at the minimap as well, he's doing that right now. At the bottom of your screen, he's getting that push. He feels safe.
Nehmen wir was? Welches Ulti-Aim-Teil ist hier eine gut platzierte... Also, Ash-Ulti ist die obvious choice, right? Funktioniert immer. Ansonsten eine gut platzierte Seraphine-Ulti kann hier Game gewinnen. Aber die obvious first choice ist Ash-Ulti. Oh, wow. Wow, er ist deep. Wow, er ist tot. Okay.
Great CC chain from MKOI as they land everything to get kill number 1.
Okay.
A 5 versus 4, and Baron being thought about here as Vitality try to poke them down.
Yeah, an excellent sequence by KOI. As Vitality is trying to go Jojo into a fight, because of their good vision control, they have a way, an easy response to the aggression from Vitality, who just kept fishing for a fight. Naknako ends up dropping. Maewyn's given access to the bot wave. He's going to push that one out. And then KOI get better position around the dragon. The good news for Vitality is KOI can't really convert this into much, but another kill secured for them. Jojo a little bit more accelerated. He's got the arm guard for himself, providing more safety.
Ich glaube, MKOI gewinnt das Camp. Jojo ist so OP. Jojo ist so OP, dass er Level 16 mit drei Ults, mit 3 Items.
Even though he's put behind, once the game stabilized, he's very good at managing his farms.
Ja, besseres Scaling. Ich glaube, MKOI wird das Game gewinnen. Denke ich. Nur wenn es even. Ich denke, MKOI gewinnt das Game.
We even saw it then on the
He got perma-ganked.
He got perma-ganked, but he was still kind of relevant in MKOI's attempt to get back into the game. This time around, ever so relevant. Talk about the time-buying tools of the Seeker's Arm Guard. I'm also noticing that a full zone is being completed for a humanoid, so important to look at that in the fight. Naknako has a recurve bow, so we're getting a bit of side lanes right here, but Vitality going to teleport in. We are going to fight this dragon. They want to contest. The True Shot Barrage tags through Naknako with a Mega Gnar bar, but no flash. He burned it trying to escape. So the Mega Gnar has to be, I guess, unpredictable as he tries to leap in.
Power verarbeiten sie, ja. Aber ich glaube, Vitality gewinnt diesen Fight nicht. Würde mich sehr wundern. Ja, gut geklaut. Der Seraphine Ulti kann hier mal die Meter machen. Ja, gut gestallt von MKOI. Sehr gut gestallt von MKOI. Ja, One-Shot auf Linkas, GG. Scheißegal, 4-Mann-Ulti, aber es mattert nicht. Ja, die können nicht gewinnen. Ja. Es gibt keine LCS heute. LCS ist immer Samstag, Sonntags, nicht am Montag.
Vitality are wiped and Naknako will shed the blood from his wounds as the rest of MKOI head towards the Baron.
Excellent patience from KOI. Beautifully played, the target selection was good, and they just made it so difficult for Vitality to find the fight that they wanted. They'll get the dragon and they will secure the Baron as well. It's a really nice ulti from Humanoid, but the gravity field puts pressure on Naknako. They wait for the Mega Gnar to fall.
Yep.
The moment that the Wukong goes in, he's immediately shut down. Once they get the Baron, they turn their attention on the Humanoid.
Wenn von Ash Seraphine, ich glaube, sie ist nicht mal so gigantisch hoch tatsächlich.
With which KOI walk away the victors.
What a recovery game. I mean, fantastic play from Jojo again. He's just picked up another turret in the solar lane. 2.5k gold.
And remember, at the start of this game, Vitality was off to a very good start. They had the gold lead, but then they just tried to pick one too many fights, and it is that aggression that ended up backfiring.
Oh, yeah.
Once KOI was able to get a foothold in the game, they've come back with a vengeance, and now they are in complete control. They're looking to bring us to game 3. KOI absolutely dominating right now, and it feels like that they just have too much damage to deal with. Super is not really concerned about anything, as with the Infinity Edge finished, his damage is going to be monstrous.
Super can just launch an arrow. Maybe they can go for a dive through mid. MKOI waiting for the next wave with this Baron buff. And Humanoid's going to stay in top lane. They know that mid's probably just gone here for the inner turret. But MKOI
Ja, machst du nix.
continue to regain confidence here in this.
Bin ich mal wieder weg für KOI? Yep, aber das war ja abzusehen. Also das hat sich ja schon so ein bisschen, ja, es hat sich einfach ein bisschen rauskristallisiert schon so heißt es, genau, rauskristallisiert.
win the rest of the fight. There's so many damage threats. that come
I
out
think
of the
Zhonya's
MKOI
is so
lineup.
good against this comp as well.
It is
I
really
think that
good.
there's so few things he has to be worried about. And I just, the thing, like, I'm just of the opinion that Silas just doesn't do a lot of damage.
I mean, that is...
Ja, weil du halt Defensive kaufen musst, ne?
Like, Humanoid landed a 5-man ulti with Encore, and
Yeah.
it just didn't result in anything because the coordination wasn't there. As Linces, he's dead.
Yeah, face check, double down.
Did you feel like so gestern? Yes, sir.
Layering it.
Schöner Sidestep.
Okay, Linces is not...
Sehr schöner Sidestep.
Turns out as Elyoya looks for the chase, and
That sidestep on the arrow was disgusting.
that was pretty good, but also a lot missed on the way out as MKOI don't get the kill, but they do get a lot of pressure here. Moving into enemy jungle is Elyoya. Nuckugo's just going to take Krugs away from him.
Nice sidestep there from Super. Are they going to try and dive Nuckugo? I don't think this works.
You know, let's see, Volt Breaker trying to predict the hop. Oh, and Nuckugo stands still. He's going to kite back. Elyoya is now deep. The damage is pretty good here from Nuckugo, but...
Jojo ist der beste Midlaner. Also, Entschuldigung, der beste Laner.
a little bit out of the...
Entschuldigung, der beste Laner in Europa. Was Midlane angeht. Entschuldigung.
TP for top. Make sure Humanoid can't get too much either.
Nicht unbedingt der beste Midlaner, aber der beste Laner.
But in the turret will stay standing while we wait for a minute 40. Dragon Soul is next on the menu. MKOI, that's going to be their goal to try and tie this game up in a neat little bow. Move us to 3. Mountain Soul against the Silas. We talk about burst. You talk about not doing damage. A Mountain Soul is a good way to make sure
Yeah, it
no
would
one
help.
does any damage.
Absolutely,
you know?
yeah, it absolutely would. Super and Jojo with monstrous leads over their counterpart. The Hex Optics being finished for Super. Extra bit of range is going to be very nice for him. Level 16's completed for a number of players. There's 19 now hit for Meowin. He is very much a threat.
So, der beste Laner ist.
Both top lanes are actually
Er ist
still,
100% der beste Laner.
which I guess shouldn't come as a surprise given how small the gold gap is. But yeah, KOI, they're just going to take their time. They're going to wait for the soul. They know that Vitality have to come and fight, and this will be Vitality's real last opportunity. They need to find a good pick. Humanoid hasn't finished his 3rd item yet, whereas Jojo already working on his 4th. Yeah, I just feel like the Vitality just lack the damage that they need in order to win out on a fight.
Who needs to die? Super? Super needs to die.
Was halt Saren.
Or is it
Ideally,
Jojo?
everyone on KOI.
Ja.
So you gotta kill the enemy team.
Westler ist jetzt nicht sehr hoch da haben wir.
Analysis, thank you, Betty. Yeah, okay.
So, dann gibt es Level 19 seit diesem
It's
Jahr.
really hard because I think the front line is actually
Kann Jovi klappen? Nein.
because of how much chaos they cause in the fight.
True.
Like Kazi's just stuck dealing with Meowin, and I don't think there's much you can do about it. So it almost becomes a race between which AD carry dies first, and then there's another fight that happens afterwards, where if both AD carries are dead, who has what resources left.
Elyoya looking for a pick. As you said, MKOI can't really do a foot wrong here, it feels like. They're going to try and do some damage down on Elyoya while the push-up in
Mega nah procced.
gets a turret. Nice
Horrible.
goal, but will it be useful for the fight? The pickaxe Nah with the wit's end is going to be jumping in soon, but as he teleports in, his Mega Nah bar half the way down. He needs to go in quick stat. Meowin sees him, zones him, True Shot Barrage.
Ja, Mega nah Timing ist wieder bad.
Confidently, Mega Nah is a one-man. Nuckugo was running out anyway, so he's going to take the 1v1 while the rest
Oh, Möwen wird gespaced.
happens in River.
Möwen wird so gepickt.
He is doing good damage, but the rest of MKOI.
Okay, GG.
Vitality. Fletchy gets a good pick, and already Carl
GG.
is dead. Nuckugo has to hop on out.
Ja, unplayable.
MKOI, they know they win the long con. Jojo's running at the wall. Humanoid's got nowhere left to go.
GG. Game 3.
Down the fight will go again. Surprise, surprise. Nuckugo's the only one alive.
It was looking promising for Vitality, but then Elyoya just said, nope, I'm done. Kills the bottom lane in a 2 versus 1. Great poke came through from Super and Alvaro. The CC does connect. And with only Nuckugo left standing, MKOI will bring us to a game 3.
We're going to a 6-game day for our final day.
Tierlist mal eine Tierlist von allen Lanes. Wie? Von allen Lanes. Was für eine Tierliste?
Great to see.
Welche OPs oder was?
In this game even better, and Vitality have been tested. A step too far forward in the face of MKOI is a step too far. In general here in the LEC is we go to game 3, and MKOI are going to show us if they can close it out.
I mean, I did say you can't afford to be a game 1 Andy against a team like KOI.
You're not.
They've fallen short before, but their ability to bounce back, they have strong mental resilience, and a really nice bounce back from Jojo in particular. He was really targeted, he fell behind early, but